by far determines outcomes, right? Outcomes don't get fixed by magic wands. You do the process right with the right people and you get good outcomes. In that sense, this is a very interesting topic because as Dr. Augustus said, the future is now. I mean, things are evolving all the time. The future of work is already upon us. Just like I often say, the era of Indian human capital driving the global economy is already upon us. People said it's coming, it's already upon us. But this idea of how we think of work has actually been one of the profound drivers of the evolution of many things, including primarily technology. If you look at one of the seminal books that drove a lot of the computing revolution, it was by a gentleman called Vannevar Bush, who was successful industrialist, successful professor, brilliant inventor, and the main reason the US created the National Science Foundation. And back in the late 30s, early 40s sometime, he published a book called As We May Think, which many see as the precursor of kind of at least the revolution of computers taking over office work and making the white-collar jobs and office jobs more technology supported. And the idea was that machines should be able to do some of the things that we do and maybe do it better than us because they have infinite memory and they can process very cheaply. In my own time, my PhD dissertation was entitled Individual Differences in Cognition and the Implications for Computer Interface Design. And this was the era that we were all thinking about how computers were going to become ubiquitous. The first Apple Mac had come out. I think the first version of Microsoft Windows away from DOS had come. The nature of computing was changing, and so this was a timely topic at the time, late 80s, early 90s. But at the time, one of the pioneering institutions in the world who was creating what would later be the graphical user interface, the PostScript and Adobe document format, the notion of laser printing, why even the mouse was an institution called Xerox PARC. It was funded by the Xerox Corporation and it was called the Palo Alto Research Center. That's an interesting story that you should read about sometime because it talks about both